Aging is inevitable, but thriving past 80? That's rare. According to recent studies, only about 3% of seniors over the age of 80 can still do five critical things that indicate robust health, independence, and a high quality of life. These five abilities aren't random. They're scientifically linked to longevity, cognitive function, and physical vitality. In today's video/article, we're going to dive deep into what these five abilities are, why they matter, and most importantly, how you or your loved ones can maintain or even regain them with the right strategies. Part 1. The 3% Club. What does it take? Let's start by asking the question, why is it only 3%? Aging affects nearly every system in the human body, from your cardiovascular health to muscle strength, from brain volume to bone density. Decline is natural, but in a small minority, these declines are slowed, sometimes even reversed. These rare individuals, the 3% Club, are not superhuman, but they share powerful habits, behaviors, and attitudes that make a huge difference. Part 2. The 5 critical abilities that define aging well. Let's break down the 5 core abilities that are often missing in those over 80, yet still present in this exceptional 3%. 1. Standing from a chair without using arms. This simple movement is a powerful predictor of leg strength, balance, and core stability. In fact, studies show that the sit-to-stand test is more predictive of future disability than some blood tests. Why it matters. Indicates lower body strength and neuromuscular health. Predicts fall risk, the #1 cause of injury-related death in older adults. Correlates with lifespan. Those who can perform it independently tend to live longer. How to preserve/improve this. Daily practice. Try 5 to 10 reps a day without using your hands. Resistance training focused on the quadriceps, glutes, and core. Balance work like Tai Chi or single leg stands. 2. Walking a quarter mile without stopping. Also known as the endurance gatekeeper. This is about more than just walking. It's about heart health, lung function, and joint mobility. A quarter mile is roughly 400 meters, about 5 to 6 minutes of brisk walking. Most seniors struggle with this after 75, and the number drops drastically by 80. Why it matters. Associated with aerobic capacity and overall mobility. Critical for independence, from grocery shopping to socializing. Reduced capacity in this area is linked with higher mortality risk. How to preserve/improve this. Daily walks, even starting with 5 to 10 minutes. Use a pedometer or smartwatch to track distance. Engage in interval walking, alternating slow and fast pace. 3. Remembering and recalling names quickly. This ability is a benchmark of short-term memory, cognitive flexibility, and social cognition. Many seniors complain of senior moments or name recall issues, while some forgetfulness is normal. Sharp recall at 80 plus is rare and powerful. Why it matters. Indicates a healthy hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, associated with a reduced risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. Keeps social ties strong, vital for mental health and longevity. How to preserve/improve this. Use mnemonics and association games. Do daily memory drills, names, lists, patterns. Play brain games like Lomosity, chess, or word puzzles. Try language learning or memorizing poetry. Both train memory centers. 4. Balancing on one foot for 10 seconds. This one might surprise you. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that inability to balance on one foot for 10 seconds was linked to doubled risk of death in the following decade. Why it matters. Reflects overall neuromuscular integrity and brain-body communication. Poor balance equals higher risk of falls, hip fractures, and immobility. A healthy vestibular system, inner ear, and proprioception are signs of slower aging. How to preserve/improve this. Practice daily. Start near a wall. Build up to 30 seconds per leg. Include yoga, Tai Chi, or Pilates in your weekly routine. Try barefoot walking on safe surfaces to retrain foot muscles and nerves. 5. Getting 7+ hours of sleep without waking multiple times. Sleep fragmentation is one of the most underrated signs of poor health in the elderly. Only a small fraction of people over 80 can sleep 6 to 8 hours straight, yet those who can tend to look and feel decades younger. Why it matters. Quality sleep is tied to immune function, cognition, and cellular repair. Poor sleep increases the risk of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and depression. REM sleep helps consolidate memory and stabilize mood. How to preserve/improve this? Maintain a consistent sleep-wake schedule. Limit blue light and heavy meals before bed. Use magnesium, glycine, or melatonin if approved by your doctor. Engage in mindfulness or body scanning meditation to improve sleep quality. Part 3. The longevity lifestyle. What the 3% do differently. These 5 abilities aren't preserved by chance. The seniors who maintain them tend to follow a distinct pattern, a longevity lifestyle that fuels both body and brain. Here's what they have in common. 1. They move a lot. Daily walking, gardening, or light workouts. They rarely sit for long periods without standing or stretching. 2. They eat for health span, not just lifespan. Anti-inflammatory diets. Lots of fiber, greens, omega-3s. Moderate caloric intake, often with intermittent fasting or small eating windows. 3. They stay socially connected. Regular visits with friends or family. Participation in community or volunteer activities. 4. They challenge their minds. Reading, writing, puzzles, lifelong learning. Some pick up new skills, musical instruments, languages, even coding. 5. They have a purpose. Whether it's caring for a pet, mentoring others, or spiritual service, they wake up with a reason. Part 4. Stories from the 3%. Real people, real longevity. Let's meet some of the remarkable individuals who embody these principles. Jeanette, 88, the ballet teacher. Jeanette still teaches ballet part-time. She balances better than most people half her age. She credits her longevity to daily stretching, gratitude journaling, and avoiding processed foods. Harold, 90, the walking philosopher. Harold walks 2 miles a day, rain or shine. He listens to audiobooks on history and practices. 10 minutes of meditation every morning. Motion is lotion, he says. Maria, 86, the memory champion. Maria can still recite poems she memorized as a child. And she's learning Portuguese. She plays Sudoku and insists on brain food like blueberries, fish, and green tea. Part 5. How you can join the 3%. Even if you're not there yet, or have already seen some decline, the truth is this. It's never too late to reclaim function. Science now shows that neuroplasticity, muscle regeneration, and even bone density can improve with the right training and habits. Here's a simple roadmap. Daily habit checklist for functional longevity. Move 30+ minutes. Practice balance 5 minutes. Do 5 to 10 sit-to-stand reps. Read or memorize something. Connect with one person. Eat real food, mostly plants. Wind down without screens before bed. Repeat. Adjust. Progress. Part 6. The hidden danger of normal aging. Here's the hard truth. Much of what we consider normal aging is actually deconditioning, disuse, and poor habits. Weakness isn't inevitable. Forgetfulness isn't guaranteed. Falls aren't fate. You have more control than you think. Part 7. Closing thoughts. Age is just a number, but health is a practice. Only 3% of people over 80 can do these 5 things. But that 3% represents what's possible. If you're 50, 60, 70, it's not too late. If you're 80 or beyond, there's still room to optimize. You are not your age. You are your habits. Start small. Be consistent. And never underestimate the power of daily movement. Deep rest, good food, and purpose. Join the 3%. Or better yet, expand it. If you found this valuable, share it with a parent, grandparent, or friend. Want a printable checklist of the 3% longevity habits? Just let me know. I can create that too.